Hey everyone. I realized it's been a hot minute since I have done a farm update, so I thought I would hop on really quick and just show you all how things are going around here. The garden is right here and it is doing really well. If you remember last year I had 3 beds. I put in an additional 4 beds, but we only got 3 of them filled before I had to start getting plants in the ground. So we're ready for next year with that one. But everything is doing really well. The peas are a little bit out of control, but it's getting hot, so I expect that they will, pretty soon they'll be done producing and they won't be requiring quite as much work from me. Basically every night I come out and harvest peas and then shell them and get them in the freezer. We're into that part of the year when it's just so hot and none of my animals are really built for heat. So it's a little rough on everybody this time of year. Let's see how many girls are up here in the barn. Hello ladies. There they go. They always act like I'm gonna murder them. And I've never tried to murder them. Hi girly girls. Mr. Paws. Paws looks very hot. He says, I'm not built for this, Mom. So the ladies, I've got them. The problem with this time of year is we run out of pasture and it's really tough. And every year I try to do better at rotating them around. Last year I actually did. It's not very good. Please excuse this is the sheep structure that came down with the 100-mile-an-hour windstorm that also took the side off of our hay barn. And I really don't like it being out here with them, but they don't seem to bother it. And we're trying to kind of decide what to do with it. And I think we're actually going to put it over here in this big pasture to provide shade for them when they're out there, which is a lot of the summer. Hi, what are you doing? I know. All right, well, so this is what the pasture looks like. It's pretty bad. There is a little bit of grass and some vetch that they've been eating. I mean, you can see none of them are thin. So they're obviously getting enough to eat, but it just worries me because that's who I am. And I've got a couple of places where I can put them where I had them early this year that the grass has recovered, but it's just been tough. And this is a place where I seeded, and then the invasive annual grasses came in, so it's going to require some work, some burning this fall, and hopefully not reseeding. Hopefully we can just get on top of the thatch of this grass and get it burnt off, and then the stuff that we planted will come up. This spring there was a lot of really nice stuff in there, so just want to kind of walk out here. Yeah, this is canola over here. It was yellow, but now it's gone to seed, so they'll be harvesting that before too long. We did have a really good hay year ourselves. Let me zoom in. So that field right there is one of our hay fields that we've been rehabbing, and this year we got a lot of rain, like a normal rainfall for summer, which was great. And we ended up getting about 25 tons. You can see the hay stacked up there. That's off of our land. And that's enough hay, grass hay, to feed the horses, but also to feed the rams through the winter. And I had the alfalfa delivered for the ewes. So we've got enough hay for everybody, and hopefully we can just make this pasture last for maybe another month. You can kind of see up towards the top. It's hard to see in the video, but there's a little bit of green up there that they still are eating on. And then, like I said, I've got a couple other places I can put them where there is green grass that has recovered from being grazed early in the year. So I have the boys over in this pen right next to the girls, but I don't want them being able to get into the barn where the girls are, so I put up a little shade for them, which looks like it actually weathered pretty well. We had a big thunderstorm come through last night, and I thought this might not be doing so well. And then they are way out there They're actually running out of food, so I think my husband will put a bale in for them tonight. This is another pasture that we have done a ton of rehab on. We've seeded it, we've been keeping up with the weeds. It looks really, really good. There's some invasive annuals in here, but for the most part, what you're seeing is just the perennials that have gone to seed. So I think just with another maybe year of mowing really regularly, we're gonna have this pasture in really good shape, and we'll be able to start putting the sheep or the horses out on it. Down below you can see there's a fence. I don't know if you can actually see it in this video, but there's a fenced area. There's gonna be a fence on both sides of that little kind of wetland area, because I've got a riparian restoration grant and I've got almost 200 trees planted in there. So we need to keep everybody out of that. But right now, that fence on the other side is enough that we could just throw the horses over on that side, and that's probably something that we'll try to get done this weekend. So yeah, it's really dry here. The wheat is completely cured out. We haven't had any rain in about 3 weeks, and we probably won't get any rain until the end of August, beginning of September. So this is a really hard time of the year for us, but luckily we got a lot of rain right when we needed it, so we got really good hay production off of our hay ground, and that'll be enough to get the horses and the rams through the winter. So that saved me quite a bit of money, and that was a very welcome change from what we've been doing the last few years. So that's a quick update. Stay tuned for some big changes in the business. The farm will stay the same. Feather Horses Farm will still be breeding Black Welsh Mountain and Glen Forest sheep. In fact, I am actually traveling out to Michigan in September to pick up some lambs that have bloodlines that are different than mine, especially the Glens. And so that'll be really fun to have Glen Forest babies around again. But yeah, this is what we got going on. So stay tuned for updates, and my soap's going on sale on July 31st. And I'll keep you posted on upcoming cool fiber things that I'm doing and fiber festivals that I'm attending. Have a good one.